Hello, in this part we are going to learn about user input in C++. User input allows our programs to receive data from the user while the program is running, which makes our programs interactive. So user input means getting data from the user, usually through the keyboard. In C++, the most common way to receive input is by using the cin, which is the console in. Okay, so let's start with a simple example. Okay, so here we have our file called main.cpp. As you can see, it's inside my folder. Okay, it's called main.cpp. Okay, and inside we have these lines of codes. Okay, then inside our main function, what are we going to do? So this one is called the main function. Okay, we shall take a look at functions in future parts if you don't know about them. Okay, so inside we are going to create a variable. We are going to create it and we are going to just declare it like that. Okay, we are not going to initialize it, we are just going to declare it like that. Then from there we are going to use the cin. Okay, the cin like that. Then cin we are going to, instead of using, so for c out we used less than symbols. Okay, but for cin console in, we are going to use the greater than symbols, double greater than symbols. Then we add, we are going to store what the user inputs in a certain variable. Okay, and our variable is going to be age like that. Okay, we end our line with a semicolon. Then from there we are going to output what the user has entered. So we are going to do that using the console out. Then we are going to say your age is, and then we provide our age like that. And from there we can also end our line and ln like that, or you could do it like this. You could add these double quotes and then you add /n. Okay, no, not / n, like that. Okay, like that. So this one is also the same as end l. Okay, so if we try to save, we try to compile. After compiling, let's try to run. After running, so we are going to wait. So let us enter a number. So if we enter 4, as you can see, your age is 4. Okay, so here's what's happening. So we declare a variable called the age. Right here we declare a variable called the age, and cin reads input from the keyboard. Okay, it reads input from the keyboard, and the double r greater than symbols, okay, operator sends input into the variable. Okay, it sends input into this variable, which is the age. Okay, and the value entered by the user is stored and then displayed. Okay, so let us now take a look at prompting the user. So it's always a good idea to tell the user what to enter. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are going to at the start, before getting input from the user, we are going to output something. We are going to say that enter your name, like that. We add a semicolon to format it very well, and we add a colon to format very well, and then space, and then end with a semicolon. If we try to save and then we go back in our terminal, we try to compile using g++ main.cpp slash yeah, like that. Okay, and yeah, slash not slash dash o main. Okay, we are going now to run. After running, enter your name. As you can see, we can enter our name as not name. Here we are not entering the name, we are entering the age. So if we do a mistake and we tell the user to enter the main name and the user enters Rashid, as you can see, we get a 0. Okay, we get a 0. Okay, so let us tell the user to enter specific name. We shall take a look at error handling in future parts. Okay, so enter your age instead of name. We made a mistake. So if we go back, we try to compile. After compiling, let us try to run our program. As you can see, enter your age. So we enter the age is 18. After that, as you can see, your age is 18. So this message appears first, so the user knows what input is expected. Okay, so let us take a look at the input with different data types. So cin can be used with different data types. For example, numbers. Here we have used the numbers. Okay, we can also get a decimal input the same way. Okay, we can also get the char input the same way. Okay, also with the booleans, but let us try to with the booleans. Okay, you take a look at this. So let us declare our variable called the is. is student. We declare it like that, and then we get the input from the user, and then we store it in our is student variable like that. But before, let us tell the user what to do. Enter. Are you a student? Let us put something that are you a student, like that. Okay, like that, and then we can add question mark like that. Then we end our line. We try to save. After saving, we try to compile. After compiling, we try to run. Okay, so enter your age. But before we do that, let us output our what the user has entered in the student. So we are going to use cout. Okay, and we say is, or we can say student like that, and then from there let us add our is student from there. Yeah, that's it. We can also end our line using the end l like that. From there, let us also copy the end l. We copy, we go here, we paste it right there, and then also right here. Okay, yeah, that's enough. So you can try to compile. Let's try to compile. No, here let us just press Ctrl C like that to exit out of our program. Then we can compile again. After compiling, let us try to run. As you can see, enter your age. So our age is 15, and are you a student? So let us enter. So here entering 1 means true and 0 means false. Okay, but let us enter 9. Okay, if we enter 9, we press enter. As you can see here, student, we get a 1. Okay, and your age is, as you can see, 15. Okay, so as you can see, student is now true, so 1 means true. Okay, so as you can see, but we have entered 9. Okay, let us now run the program again. Enter your age. Let us enter 8. Are you a student? Let us enter, yeah, let us enter -7. Press enter. As you can see, we still get a 1. Okay, so this one is converted into a positive value, and if it is greater than 1, then 1 is returned. Okay, if it is greater than 1 or equals to 1, then 1 is returned. But now let us run our program again. We enter the age, enter 8, and we say, are you a student? Let us enter 0 like that. As you can see, we get a 0. Okay, so which means false. Okay, so 0 means false. Okay, let us do it again. We enter 8 age as the age, and then for the are you a student, let us enter 0 1 like that. If we press enter, as you can see, we get a 1. Okay, which is true. Okay, so let us now take a look at the string input. So to read a single word, we can use the scene, okay, with a string. Okay, so let us take a look at it. So here we can say enter your age. Instead of age, let us say enter your name. Okay, and from there, let us change this one to name. Even this one, let us enter name, but this one is going to be of a type string like that. We try to save. After saving, we try to compile. After compiling, oh, here we are getting an error. Where is it coming from? So we can change this one to name, or we can just delete these lines. Okay, let's just delete them. So from there, let us output our name using the cout. Our name is there. Okay, we add a semicolon. Okay, so from there we try to compile. After compiling, let us try to run. As you can see, enter your name. So let us enter Rashid. We get Rashid out. Okay, let us run again, and we try to enter Rashid Omar. Okay, so as you can see, we only get Rashid. Okay, so this reads input until a space is found. Okay, but in order to read a full sentence including spaces, we use the get line. Okay, so for example, we can now come here. Instead of the scene alone and the name, we can just come, we delete this one, and then we say that we want to get the line. This is a function. Okay, this is a function, but this function takes in some parameters or arguments, as you can see. So for the parameters, we have the input stream, the string, which is the str, which is the buffer to store into, and then we can have the lim, which is the character making end of the line. Okay, so for us, we are going to use only two. We are going to use the input stream and the buffer to store into. Okay, so the input stream is going to be our scene, and then the buffer to store into is going to be our name. Okay, so for the input stream, we are going to use the scene, okay, as the input stream, and then the buffer to store into is going to be our name, like that. So we add a semicolon, and then we try to save. So when we try to save, we try to compile. After compiling, we try to run. As you can see, we get enter your name. So we can enter Rashid Omar. Now, as you can see, we are reading the full name. Okay, so even if we compile again, we run again, and we enter Omar Shafiq, like that. We enter. As you can see, we are reading the full line. So this allows the user to enter an entire line of text. Okay, so let us now take a look at the common input problems and fix. Okay, so sometimes get line doesn't work as expected after using the scene. So to fix this, we clear the input buffer. Okay, so you should note that we should clear the input buffer. So this one, if we try to add this line, like before getting the line, we can now before getting using the get line, we can clear the input buffer like this. We use the scene dot, we can say ignore, and then we can call that function like that. So if we try to save, so this one is going to reduce on the errors that might come. So this one, this line removes leftover input and allows getLine to work efficiently. Okay, so if we compile and then we try to run, it's going to run successful. Rashid Omar, enter. Okay, so as you can see here, we are getting only, so our error is removed. Okay, so our error is removed because we have added that line. Okay, so you should know that we should add this line unless we have already got something from the user. So for example, if we try to use scene right here and we get something like the name, like that. Okay, so this one, so as you can see, so here we must use greater than symbols, like that. Okay, so let us try to save, but let us create another variable called string name1, add a semicolon, and here instead of name we are going to take in name1. We try to save. We are not going to murder control C. We try to compile. After compiling, let's try to run. As you can see, enter the name is Rashid Omar. We press enter. Here we are getting only Omar. Okay, so here we are ignoring something, but we shall take a look at this one in future parts. But just know this one removes leftover input and allows getLine to work efficiently. Okay, so yeah, that is it. Okay, so that's it about user input. Okay, so let us go to the next part.